All right. So if you haven't already, please nominate the questions you're stuck on from 10.4 in the form attached to that assignment so that if you need help on any of them, will make a video and attach it there. If you're feeling ready to move on to 10.5, get yourself ready for notes, looking for this assignment. Now, one thing you'll notice is I'm breaking this up into 2 days. So today your homework is from 10 and just going from 1 to 13 odd. And then your second day, so this is going to be today's work. And your next lesson on next Monday will be this set. Just because it's a really, really important concept and I want to give us 2 days practice on it. So, if you want to get yourself ready for notes, we're going to get started. So the goal for this lesson is solve a formula or a function for a specific variable. Now, when it says solve, like this, remember that our goal then is to get the variable by itself. Now here, A equals BH over 2. So this is the area for a triangle. Now, we can't solve for every variable. There's 3 of them. So it's going to tell us which variable we're looking for here. So solve the formula for B. So this means that our goal should be something like B equals another formula. It will be another formula. That's just fine. So here, if you look here, this is solved already for A. We want it to be solved for B. So we're going to start with our formula. A is equal to BH over 2. So treat the terms like numbers. Here we're going to start by getting rid of the division. I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. So then 2A, since that doesn't simplify, but you can just leave it like that, is equal to BH. Now we want to get B by itself. It's being multiplied by H here. So we divide by H on both sides so that we end up getting B by itself, because remember, that's our goal. So then B is equal to 2A over H from here. And while there is still a formula, it's solved for a different variable, and we can see that B is by itself, and so we've completed our assignment. Now here, given the function 4x plus 2y equals 12, solve for y. Now here it says, okay, it's calling it a function. So we've got a piece of vocabulary there. A function is an equation with 2 variables. So usually x and y, just like you see here, whose graph, and we will talk about graphing these functions, passes what's called the vertical line test. And what that means is that if I graph its function, in this case it's going to be a line, it only crosses that graph once. So a line is a function. Remember graphing or drawing lines from other classes? Because every time I draw a vertical line, I only cross it at one place, like that. A circle, for example, is not a function, because if I draw a vertical line through it, it crosses at 2 points. So this is a function. This is not, because it fails the vertical line test. It's crossing at 2 points. Function can also be squiggly. That's fine. It's fine that it's curved. But again, every vertical line I draw through this only crosses the function once. Now here, we want to take our function 4x plus 2y equals 12 and solve for y. So that means we want to get y by itself. So we start with our equation, 4x plus 2y equals 12. And I'm going to subtract away the x term because I want to get y by itself. Now we're used to writing the variable in front, so if you want to do that, that's just fine. So 2y is equal to negative 4x plus 12. This is the same as 12 minus 4x. We're just used to seeing it in this order, and I recommend that you keep the variable first there. Now, we couldn't combine these two because they're not like terms. Right, this is an x term, this is constant, there's no variable. However, when we divide by 2, both of these terms can be divided by 2. So you need to divide all terms. So in this case, we get y is equal to negative 4x divided by 2 and 12 divided by 2. So y is equal to negative 2x plus 6. So this is our function solved for y. Now, you will also be asked to graph, and this will help you visualize the vertical line test a lot better. So anything that has just x, y like this is going to be a line. So if you see something just x and y like this, x and y like this, it's always going to be a line. And what you can do is I like to make a t-chart. This is how a lot of you will have learned it before, of your x values and your y values. And for your x values, just pick some numbers. So in this case, maybe I pick negative 1, 0, positive 1. You can pick whichever of these make the most sense for you. 0 is generally an easy one. Whole numbers are generally easier. That's fine. And then I'm going to plug it into my function, which says y is equal to negative 2x plus 6. So when I plug in negative 1, that becomes negative 2 times negative 1 plus 6, which is positive 2 plus 6, so 8. The y value for x equals 0, so 2 times 0 plus 6 is equal to 0 plus 6, so 6. X is equal to 1, so 2 times 1 plus 6. Whoops, sorry, dropped the negative there. Negative 2 times 1 plus 6 is negative 2 plus 6, so that's positive 4. Now what these are points we can write as ordered pairs, so negative 1, 8, 0, 6, 1, 4. So if I'm graphing on the coordinate plane, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 6, 4, 2, negative 2, positive 2. First point would be at negative 1, 8, 0, 6, 1, 4. And you'll know that you've done this right, and this is why I recommend that you do 3, because you'll be able to see that they're in a straight line for these problems. If you don't end up with a straight line here, you've done the problem incorrectly, and you either want to check your work here or check your work here. You'll have 2 days to work on these. As I said, start with this problem set right here, and you'll do this set on Monday of next week. If you're stuck on any, be sure to nominate them in the form, and I'll talk to you soon.